Toss-up 1. In the Persian Empire, this good was stored in anbars and transported by qanats. It's not grain, but a great storage for this facility was discovered at Mohenjo-daro. This substance was transported by structures like Tejas. Sorry, what? What did you say? Next 5. Was transported by structures like the Pont du Gard and was used in Thermae by one civilization. The Indus Valley civilization built step wells to store this substance. For 10 points, the Romans built aqueducts to transfer wet substance from the Tiber River. Anthony? 10. Bonus. Answer the following about Shakespeare's plays adapted from stories by other authors. For 10 points each, Giovanni Battista Giraldi created the ensign and the corporal, who were adopted as characters by Shakespeare in this play in which Desdemona was smothered to death. 2 answers required. Shakespeare added supporting characters such as Paris and Mercutio to an Italian tale by Matteo Bandello in a play about these two star-crossed lovers.
Romeo and Juliet.
Robert Greene's Pandosto was established by Shakespeare into this play in which the character Time announces that 16 years have passed. In this play, Antigonus is given the stage direction, exit pursued by a bear.
A Winter's Tale.
It's The Winter's Tale. Wait. Yeah, it's The Winter's Tale, so 20. Toss-up 2. Members of this religion are forbidden from participating in partisan politics, and the greatest name is depicted in each of its houses of worship. A 19-day fast takes place during the last month of this religion's 19-month calendar. This religion, which is led from... Abigail?
Like Wicca?
Sorry, I'm correcting 5. This religion, which is led from Haifa, is symbolized by a 9-pointed star and cites Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad as manifestations of God. The Universal House of Justice governs, for 10 points, religion founded by Baha'u'llah. Wisdom?
Baha'i?
Yeah, for 10. Bonus. 96 Moravian Indians were murdered while doing this action in the Gnadenhutten. For 10 points each, names action whose namesake towns were established by the Puritan minister John Eliot to convert Native Americans to Christianity.
It's prayer, because prayer towns. Prayer direct.
Yep. John Eliot hailed from this colony, which exiled Anne Hutchinson and absorbed Plymouth. His descendant Charles Eliot later became the president of Harvard University in this colony.
Massachusetts Bay? Is it like... I hate the colony questions because it's like, what is it? Do you know Tejas? Or like, are y'all taking like APUs? Because I think it's like I think
Answer?
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Supporters of this Wampanoag chief provoked a war named after him by murdering the praying Indian John Sassamon. This chief was decisively defeated in the Great Swamp Fight.
Noag chiefs. I don't know. If y'all don't know, I'm just gonna guess and I'll fine with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Answer?
Metacom direct.
King Philip. Toss up. The Pauli-Lubansky pseudo-vector describes this quantity whose coupling involves Klebs-Gordon coefficients. By Noether's theorem, if the Lagrangian is spherically symmetrical about some axis, this quantity is conserved. Nathan?
Angular momentum?
Yep. For 10. Bonus. One poet from this country described the Spassky Gate and the Chapel of Stars. For 10 points each, name is home country of the author of Poems from Moscow, Marina Zvetaeva, as well as the poet who created a 2014 translation of Zvetaeva's works, Ilya Kaminsky.
But it's not Russia. It's probably like Poland direct.
USSR. Kaminsky also translated this Soviet poet's collection, Northern Elegies. This author declared that 100 million voices shout through her tortured mouth in her poem Requiem.
Akhmatova, direct.
Akhmatova's poem Without One of These People is dedicated to the fellow citizens who perished in Leningrad. The literary theory of the monomyth is also known as the journey of one of these people.
Hero, direct.
For 20. Toss of 4. Representative Virginia Fox subpoenaed this institution during an investigation of one event which caused Robert Kraft to divest from it. One building owned by this institution was renamed Hind's Hall in a protest which caused Minouche Shafik to resign as its president. Police dismantled the Gaza Solidarity encampment in this location, in which protesters... Abigail?
Has to be like Columbia University.
For 10. Bonus. 3 strikes of a gong open the main theme of this opera, which is based on a pentatonic scale. For 10 points each, the Jasmine Flower melody represents the title princess of this opera, who sings about her ancestors' murder in the aria In Questa Regia.
I don't know, like Aida. Do you guys know? Yeah, Aida, direct.
Turandot. As Turandot attempts to discover Prince Kalaf's name, Kalaf sings this other aria in which the notes D, E, F sharp, E, D, E, C sharp, B are repeated.
Nessendorna, direct.
The music of Turandot was written by this Italian composer who also produced the operas Madame Butterfly and La Boheme.
Puccini.
For 20. Toss of 5. A holder of this position was gifted the Azuchi screens by the Tencho Embassy and held a Te Deum to celebrate the St. Bartholomew Day's massacre. Henry IV walked to Canossa to appease a holder of this position. Anthony?
Pope.
15. Soap can be considered to be the lyotropic form of this phase of matter. For 10 points each, the name is phase of matter that has properties in between those of a solid and liquid. This phase is often utilized in namesake displays.
Liquid crystal. Just carded this. Direct.
This compound names a form of pneumatic liquid crystal because they were discovered in its benzoate ether. This steroid found in the cell membrane can be good or bad when it's bound to HDL or LDL respectively.
Cholesterol. Direct.
Because liquid crystals are anisotropic, they can reverse this property, while sunglasses filter out light with this property through a multi-layered metallic coating.
Polarized. Direct.
All 30. Toss-up 6. A collection title for this place ends with a story about William Thomas titled The Million Year Picnic. A Sarah Teasdale poem is recited by an automated house in a story from that collection titled For This Place. In a novel, characters from this place use tripods and are killed by putrefactive bacteria. Anthony?
Like Mars?
For 10. Bonus. Florence Rush claimed that this psychologist adopted one theory described in the interpretation of dreams in order to deny sexual abuse. For 10 points each, named the psychologist. In The Assault on Truth, Jeffrey Masson accused the psychologist of deliberately abandoning his earlier seduction theory.
Freud or something. Freud, direct.
Masson and Rush both accused Freud of dismissing accusations of abuse by these people. Freud analyzed boy sexual attractions to these people, which he deemed the Oedipus complex.
Mothers, direct.
A female equivalent to the Oedipus complex, the Electra complex, was proposed by this Swiss psychoanalyst and student of Sigmund Freud. This psychologist proposed the existence of a collective unconscious.
X. Snip. I don't remember.
Answer?
No, I'd say.
Carl Jung. Toss-up 7. The second movement of this ballet begins and ends with a barcarolle to symbolize dreaming. This ballet, which includes a fast-paced trepak, was popularized by by a 1954 production by George Balanchine. Mother Ginger's children emerge from her skirt in one scene in this ballet, whose Waltz of the Flowers follows dances by chocolate, coffee, and tea. Abigail?
The Nutcracker.
Yeah, for a time. Bonus. Answer the following about the genetics of cat coats. For 10 points each, cats can have both black and white fur, since the gene for white spots has this characteristic in which both alleles of a heterozygote are seen in the phenotype.
Dominant. Direct.
Cats of this type can exhibit 4 distinctive coat patterns due to the agouti gene locus, such as stripes, blotches, ticks, or spots. Cats with this type of coat typically have an M-shaped mark on their forehead.
Tabby. Direct.
All orange cats are tabbies because the locus for orange exhibits this phenomenon in which the effect of a mutation relies on other mutations in modifier genes in order to have an effect.
Is this... Am I washed or genetic linkage? Direct.
Epistasis. Toss-up 8. The algal paradox involves the evolution of these systems, whose formation can be indicated by a fragmentation of a molecular cloud during protostar formation. Cygnus X1 is an example of these systems that emit high-energy X-rays, which is classified as detached.
Just like neutron stars?
Sorry, incorrect, Mike 5. Which is classified as detached, as neither Roche lobe intersects the other. Cataclysmic examples of these systems include a white dwarf. Evolution of the three-body problem eventually results in, for 10 points, what star systems containing 2 stars? Wisdom?
Binary systems?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Binary.
For 10. Toss a bonus 8. Answer the following about planting trees. For 10 points each, name this project which seeks to halt the desertification of the Sahel through the planting of millions of trees. A similarly named project in the Gobi Desert doubled China's forest cover.
Oh my gosh, what was it? It was like... Do you guys remember?
Oh, I feel like I've heard of this, but... Like... Project...
Answer?
Project Guerra?
Time. Wait, no, incorrect. A Great Green Wall. Wood pulp processed from tree plantations form the 3rd largest share of this country's exports. The Paso de los Toros mill is located in this country, governed from Montevideo.
Oh, Uruguay, direct.
Uruguay's tree plantations are commonly monocultures of these bushfire-prone trees native to Australia. Koalas typically eat the leaves of this tree, which is also known as the gum tree.
Yeah.
Eucalyptus, direct.
20. Toss-up 9. A character in this show forges a sword from meteorite and later remarks, "Goodbye, space sword," when he loses it. Anthony?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Good buzz. 15. A big version of this date, first ruled by Alexander of Battenberg, was proposed at the Treaty of San Stefano. For 10 points each, name this country which experienced its namesake horrors during an 1876 revolt against the Ottoman Empire. This country was united with Eastern Rumelia in 1885.
Bulgaria, direct.
The Bulgarian horrors were committed by the Bashi Bazuks, irregulars primarily recruited from this ethnicity, which had previously resisted the Ottomans under Skanderbeg.
Albanians, direct.
Under Tsar Alexander II, this empire, which previously declared itself to be the protector of all Orthodox Christians, supported Bulgaria by threatening to besiege Constantinople.
Russian Empire, direct.
All 30. Toss-up 10, after which will be the half. 2 characters in this style will drink from a river that causes all who drink from it to become pregnant before entering a kingdom with no man. Anthony?
A Journey to the West.
15. Bonus. This figure brought 5 beings to the sky god Niame in exchange for all the world's stories. For 10 points each, name this trickster from West African folklore. He also possessed all the world's wisdom, though he dropped the gourd containing it from a tree.
Anansi.
After leaving hot beams on his head, Anansi loses all of this body part. Minos conquered Megara after a purple version of this body part was cut off.
Hair.
Anansi helps Owiya, the personification of this object, become chief. In Chinese mythology, 9 of these objects were sought down by Ho Yi.
Sun.
All 30. At the half, I have a score of scholars A2 75, Meijidom 55. Is everyone ready to continue?
Oh, sorry, what was the score again?
275 to 55. Alright. Toss up 11. These people rallied at the sundial to oppose the Institution for Defense Analyses. One organization led by these people was founded by Tom Hayden and published the Port Huron Statement, and thousands of these people went on strike to protest the invasion of Cambodia. Mario Savio led a free speech movement. Anthony?
Like students?
Yeah, for 10. Bonus. For 10 points each, answer the following about achievements in Minecraft. Description acceptable. This achievement can be obtained by having every status effect active at the same time, which requires more than 14 status effects than the similar achievement, A Furious Cocktail.
How did we get here?
Here, yes.
We need to go deeper. It can be achieved by passing through a lit portal made of this material. In real life, this material is a darkly colored volcanic glass.
Obsidian.
The achievement in an Uneasy Alliance involves bringing one of these mobs from the nether to the overworld and then killing it. The achievement Return to Sender requires the player to hit a fireball launched by this mob back into it.
Gas. Direct.
All 30. Toss up 12. This is the last word in the title of a work that analyzes Benjamin Franklin's idea that time is money. Vladimir Lenin wrote a book that claims imperialism is the highest stage of this system. The Iron Cage was introduced in a Max Weber book titled For the Spirit of this Anthony?
Like socialism?
Sorry, incorrect, deck 5. Titled For the Spirit of this concept. The late stage form of this concept involves the commodification of art and lifestyle. The means of production are privately owned in for 10 points slot economic system used by the United States. Maz?
Capitalism.
10. Answer the following about various sutras. For 10 points each, the idea that all beings can become Buddhas is presented in a sutra named for this flower, which also outlines that the Buddha is still present in the world because his lifespan is central.
Like a lotus? Tulip or something?
I
don't know, it's a guess.
thinking lotus. I was thinking lotus because that's what the Buddha floats on,
Yeah, me
right?
too.
Answer?
Yeah, I think lotus.
The
Yeah,
sutra describes same-sex relationships and courtship, as well as when and how to commit adultery. The castes of the subjects are seen as relevant in this sutra, which is primarily about love and sexuality.
No idea.
Just name a sutra. I don't know any, so.
Answer?
No answer.
Kama Sutra. Patanjali compiled 196 sutras on this practice, which described elements of it such as meditation and posture. In the modern day, this exercise involves stretches and holding poses.
Yoga, yeah.
For 20. 13. One character created by this author experiences the pain of being stabbed in her feet while she dances. In a story by this author, hallucinations of an iron stove and a Christmas tree are associated with matches burning out. Anthony, sorry.
Hans Christian Andersen.
15. Bonus. Answer the following about the Battle of Plassey. For 10 points each, this city on the Hooghly River was captured after the battle. Fort William was established in this city, which had earlier seen a massacre of British prisoners under Siraj ud Dowlah.
Calcutta. Direct.
This organization, which built Fort William, won the Battle of Plassey under General Robert Clive. This joint stock company was nationalized after the Sepoy Rebellion of 1857.
Yeah, I see. Direct.
The Battle of Plassey occurred during the Third Carnatic War, a theater in this global war in which Britain conquered the French outpost of Pondicherry.
War of the Austrian Succession.
7 Years' War. Task 14. The supersaline Carabogo skull is located on this body of water. This body of water's endangered sturgeon population is harvested to produce beluga caviar. Fuel from Russian missile launches was blamed for wildlife die-offs in this body of water. The oil-rich Absheron Peninsula lies on this body of water. Wisdom.
The Red Sea.
Incorrect. Number 5. Lies on this body of water fed by the Volga River, the largest inland body of water in the world. For 10 points, name this inland sea which borders Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan. Abigail.
Aspen.
For 10. Bonus. Answer the following about stories set in New Orleans. For 10 points each, Edna Pontellier drowns in the Gulf of Mexico at the end of this novel by Kate Chopin. In this novel, Edna falls in love with Assis Arobin and Robert Lebrun.
The Awakening. Correct.
A cult worshipping a statue of this deity in New Orleans is arrested by Legras in a story titled For the Call of This Figure. This figure, one of the great old ones, takes the shape of a combination of octopus and dragon parts and was created by H.P. Lovecraft.
Like, what's his name? Who? Correct.
This John Kennedy Toole picaresque depicts the life of Ignatius J. Riley, who nearly gets arrested by New Orleans police before Claude Robichaud calls the officer and police force communists.
Literacy of Duchess, right?
Out 30. Toss-up 15. Bundibugyo virus is one of the 4 types of this virus that results in symptoms in humans. Interferon proteins are inhibited by the VP24 and VP35 structural proteins of this virus, which can present with a maculopapular rash and wet symptoms such as diarrhea. The most dangerous of the 6 types of this shepherd's crook-shaped virus is the Zaire strain. For 10 points in this virus that experienced an outbreak in West Africa in 2014. Anthony?
Ebola.
For 10. Bonus. This artist used a found photo in a piece whose text claims you construct intricate rituals which allow you to touch the skin of other men. For 10 points each, then this American artist of a piece that claims, I shop, therefore I am. This artist's collages often consist of a grayscale photo overlaid with white text in a red box.
Wait, I guess
Answer?
Dixie.
Barbara Kruger. Kruger proposed a mural depicting this patriotic verse surrounded by questions asking who prays loudest and who is beyond the law. The use of this text, which is recited in schools, was protested by residents, leading Kruger to remove the mural.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep. Kruger described this other American artist and mentor as her first female role model that didn't wash the floor 6 times a day. This artist's identical twins in Roselle, New Jersey, was recalled by Stanley Kubrick in The Shining.
Okay.
Answer? Time. The answer is Diane Arbus. Concept 16. In a short story, one of these beings locks Brawling in a box after his trip to Rio de Janeiro. The Voight Kampf test appears in a novel titled for These Beings by Philip K. Dick, which follows 100 of these... Wisdom?
Androids?
15.
Nice.
This effect occurs when energy exceeds the work function. For 10 points each, shining light on a metal plate can cause this phenomenon, which emits electrons in response.
Photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect direct.
The photoelectric effect was first observed by this scientist using a coil with a spark gap. This physicist published 2 articles.
Einstein direct.
No, Heinrich Hertz. This phenomenon occurs when a photon elastically collides with an electron. Contrary to the photoelectric effect, the photon's energy is only partially transferred to the electron during this phenomenon.
I have no clue.
Any phenomena related to the photoelectric effect?
Like,
Light something.
Answer?
Doppler effect, direct.
Compton scattering.
Scattering.
Toss up 17, sorry. An artist from this country was photographed in a red jumpsuit inside of their narcissist garden. That artist created various infinity rooms, which have mirrors for walls. Abigail?
Japan.
Sorry, what?
Japan.
15. Method molecules like a geometry name for these shapes whose volumes equal 1/6 times the scalar triple product of 3 of its sides. For 10 points each, then these 3-dimensional shapes composed of 4 triangular faces. They're also called triangular pyramids.
Tetrahedron.
That's a bonus. Yep. Regular tetrahedra are one of these 5 shapes whose vertices all have the same number of faces meeting. Their faces are congruent regular polygons.
Platonic solids. Direct.
Tetrahedra are 3-dimensional variants of these general structures, the simplest possible polytopes in any number of dimensions. Each vertex of one of these structures is equidistant to every other vertex.
This is like simplex. What? Direct.
All 30. Toss up 18. This monarch's conscription policies were condemned as a blood tax. This monarch who led the Expel the Barbarians movement emancipated the Wisdom.
The Dawood
Sorry, incorrect, Nick 5. This monarch who led the Expel the Barbarians movement emancipated the Burakumin and conquered the Ezo Republic. This monarch condemned evil customs of the past and came to power during the Bakumatsu. This monarch who issued the Charter Oath and was opposed by the Satsuma Rebellion. For 10 points, name this emperor who ended the Tokugawa shogunate in his namesake restoration. Anthony?
Emperor Meiji.
Correct. Bonus. Answer the following about the March 23rd movement, or M23. For 10 points each, M23 is an insurgent group in this country's Kivu region. MONUSCO is an UN mission operating in this country whose president is Felix Tshisekedi.
Isn't M23 like Colombia? Direct?
DRC. In May 2024, M23 captured Rubaya, a town centered around this industry that extracts materials like coltan. Several companies, including Tesla, were sued by the parents of child laborers in this industry who were killed while extracting cobalt.
The rare mining?
M23 is primarily composed of members of this ethnic group which dominates the Rwandan Patriotic Front. These people suffered abuses by the Congo-based FDLR, which is composed of remnants of the Interahamwe.
Is it ethnic group?
Yeah.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tutsi. Direct.
Correct, for 20. Toss up 19. In Orphic tradition, this deity was torn apart by titans and was guarded by Anthony.
Dionysus.
15. This character gives 2 versions of his story to officials from the Japanese Ministry of Transport. For 10 points each, name this character who adheres to Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam. This character who survives the sinking of the Simsum conditions another survivor using ketamine and seasickness.
I don't know. Benito Sereno. Or, sure. Benito Sereno, do that.
Piscine Molitor Patel. Piscine Patel is stuck on a lifeboat with animals such as Richard Parker in this novel by Jan Martel.
Life of Pi.
In Life of Pi, Richard Parker is one of these animals. In The Jungle Book, one of these... Yep, for 10. Toss up the last. Liquids are associated when they have these structures. Water and ethanol form an azeotrope due to these structures. Carboxylic acids are dimerized by these... Mas?
Covalent bonds?
Sorry, incorrect, Mike 5. Carboxylic acids are dimerized by these interactions, which are responsible for the secondary structure of proteins. 3 of these interactions are present between guanine and cytosine in DNA. Nathan?
hydrogen bonds.
Yep, for 10. The most common name among this minority is Ma. For 10 points each, name is religious minority, which primarily composes the Hui ethnic group. The Gansu Braves are members of this minority.
Muslim. Correct.
From what country?
Chinese Muslims.
Correct. The Gansu Braves joined this anti-Western rebellion opposed by the Eight Nation Alliance. The Seymour expedition lifted the siege of the international legations during this rebellion.
Boxer.
The Boxer Rebellion was supported by Empress Dowager Cixi, who led this Manchu dynasty. The child emperor Puyi was the final ruler of this last dynasty of China.
Ching.
All 30. Final score I have Scholars A 555, Meijidom 95.